Welcome to SVG-TV's news for Thursday, November 20th, 2025. I'm Triska Campbell with the details. Prime Minister Dr. Afghan Saabs has confirmed that he has held discussions with United States Virgin Islands USVI Governor Albert Byron Jr. following the governor's recent announcement that the BVI is seeking skilled foreign workers to address a labor shortage. Governor Bryan stated that several days ago that the USVI is experiencing a significant shortage of skilled labor and intends to recruit temporary workers from abroad. Among the countries reportedly being considered are Barbados and St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Speaking at a political meeting in Canouan last evening, Prime Minister Gonsalves described the opportunity as a major avenue for Vincentian workers, noting that participants in the program could potentially benefit from a visa waiver to enter the USVI.
He has $24 billion in federal money to spend over the next 10 to 15 years. His problem, he needs workers to deal with airports, schools, to deal with sea defenses, river defenses, and the like. And he says he wants a minimum of 5,000 workers because he doesn't have enough. And the two places he identified of seeking to get workers from are Barbados and St. Vincent and the Grenadines. He says further, he's asking the American government, because the U.S. Virgin Islands is part of the United States of America, to give a visa waiver to Barbadians and Vincentians to come there to work. As he wants to have a memorandum of understanding with each of these governments. And I have spoken to the governor myself after he has made this statement, because this is a fantastic opportunity.
He also acknowledged that St. Vincent and the Grenadines is facing its own labor shortages in certain sectors. However, he noted that enrollment at the nation's technical college has been increasing, which may help to strengthen the domestic workforce over time. Gonsalves revealed that a memorandum of understanding between the two governments is expected to be finalized sometime next year to guide the recruitment process.
Ordinary laborers on the construction site get 20 US an hour. That's $160 US a day. US a day, US Virgin Islands. And that carpenters, masons, plumbers and the like, that they will have considerably more money. And I want, after the election, to sign this memorandum with the governor and want to take names for those who may wish to go there for a period of time and make a living. We have a shortage, I admit. But all we do, we train more young people at our technical institutes across the country in construction-related skills, and make that arrangement with the United States Virgin Island government.
We do apologize there for that mix-up. The Prime Minister further reiterated that he has written to the U.S. Secretary of State Marco Rubio requesting that Vincentians be granted visa-free entry into the United States. He said he remains hopeful that the matter will be considered in future domestic discussions. The Unity Labour Party ULP held one of its public meetings in Canouan last evening, where its candidate for Southern Grenadine, Siobhan Stewart, told supporters that she intends to bring true representation to the constituency. Stewart, who spoke about her upbringing, explained that she has requested a transfer from mainland St. Vincent to the Southern Grenadines following the devastation caused by Hurricane Beryl. She appealed to voters to give her the opportunity to represent them over the next 5 years.
Comrade, I am not going to be your lazy representative. I could never be your lazy representative. In me, you will have a walking representative, someone who will stand up for you, someone who will fight for you, someone who will listen. Comrades, all of those things that we have decided that I went to the comrade leader to discuss for you are things you would have told me you needed. And comrades, listen to me. I want you to listen to this one good. Listen. Come November 27th, when you go to the polls and you vote for me as your representative, I am charging you with the responsibility that if I don't work for you in the first term, when you go back to the polls next time, vote me out.
Stewart, a radiologist by profession, outlined several projects that she said were implemented under the UOP government, as well as a new plan she intends to pursue. Among these is the establishment of a sub-office in the Southern Grenadines to better serve constituents. She added that outstanding infrastructural work and long-standing transportation challenges by sea, land, and air would be addressed.
We are going to work on clean water security, desalination and storage solutions for sustainable supplies of water. We are going to work on health and wellness upgrades. We want to build a healthier, more resilient Southern Grenadines. And there are ways we are going to do that, comrades. And just like I put out the exact things we are going to do for Union Island and Myro, I am certain at this time, there we go, it's already on the board, the ones for Kanawan are going to be released and they are going to be on our social media page.
Stewart also assured supporters that the repair and construction of homes in the constituency would continue under a UOP administration. The opposition New Democratic Party NDP candidate for East St. George, Lava and Gibson Velux has called for stronger and more accountable representation in the constituency, urging residents not to sacrifice their long-term well-being for short-term gain. Speaking during a village meeting held last night, Velux cautioned voters against accepting money in exchange for political support, stressing that no one should sell their vote for $500. Velux said she offers a credible and reliable alternative and is committed to promoting sustainable development and meaningful progress throughout East St. George.
Camilo Gonsalves has not been in the constituency, has not been seen in the constituency until a couple months ago, because election was coming around and he wants your vote. So he thinks that he could just waltz in and say to you, here is $500, give me your vote. Well, that is not enough. It will never be enough. You have more pride and more dignity than to sell your vote for $500 that can only take you to the supermarket one time, one single trip. So the rest of the term, 4 years and 11 months, you are back to square one. You cannot continue to do this over and over again. It's time to look for an alternative. And here I am. Tonight, I stand before you and I am applying for a job. I am applying for a job to represent you. And by representing you, I don't feel that I am entitled to it. I am here to serve you, to make sure that you get the best treatment. You get what you deserve. You get an opportunity to lead better lives, to make money, and to live and thrive in East St. George very comfortably.
Velux noted that some of the worst roads in the country are found within the constituency, stating that drivers are destroying their vehicles every day by using these roads.
East St. George has some of the worst roads in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. It took 7 years to fix this Fairhall-Calico road. 7 years. That is a whole term plus. How could that be reasonable and realistic? For 7 years, motorists have been driving their cars on roads that are subpar and have been damaging their vehicles more than anything else. We do not want a representative who doesn't care about us. Look at the Calico Road. It was supposed to take 6 months at a cost of $2.2 million. It took almost, well, it's 3 years now, and it's not yet finished at a cost of $6 million. Make that make sense. Where did all that money go? It is a burning shame when you have to deal with politicians who do not give any accountability. You just have to take what they say.
She added that the best is yet to come, asserting that electing her as the next representative would lead to significant improvements and help stimulate economic growth across East St. George.
The best is yet to come with me as your representative. I have a clear vision for East St. George, and I've made copious notes. Roads will be resurfaced in East St. George for your driving comfort. And we will have a proper road maintenance program so that they can stay in tip-top shape. The Calico Fish Market will be refurbished, indicative of its importance to the blue economy. The main clinic at Calico will be turned into a polyclinic because the people of East St. George and the people who live in Calico and Glen and Choppins and all the areas surrounding Calico must get better health service.
The NDP candidate encouraged residents to demand the quality of representation they deserve, pledging that under her leadership, long-standing issues would be addressed with urgency and transparency. The Royal St. Vincent and the Grenadines Police Force, the SVGTV, said it has taken note of recent online discussions surrounding procurement documents that are being circulated on social media. The documents indicated that purchases were being made for 500 ballistic vests valued at EC $772,081, non-lethal and protective equipment totaling EC $1.23 million, and fire service bunker gear valued at EC $197,114. In a statement, the SVG Police Force assured the public that the items referenced are consistent with the organization's ongoing operational needs. The statement explained that the nature of policing requires equipment to be updated and replaced periodically to ensure the safety of both officers and communities they serve. It further noted that the procurement process continues throughout the year and does not adjust itself to political calendars or election periods. The SVG Police Force added that during this season, public commentary may become heightened and interpretations may vary. However, it stressed that narratives designed to sow fear or mistrust should not be allowed to overshadow the facts. The police force reaffirmed that it remains a neutral institution, guided solely by its mandate to protect life and property, maintain public order, and serve all intentions without favor or influence. The statement concluded by affirming that the work of the SVG Police Force continues uninterrupted and unpoliticized. Head of the Traffic Department of the Royal St. Vincent and the Grenadines Police Force, Superintendent of Police Parnell Brown, has called for stronger public advertising of the consequences associated with breaking the law. He was speaking this morning at the JARIC St. Vincent Limited Annual Road Safety Seminar. Brown emphasized that when members of the public use transportation services and feel their rights are being violated, there are established protocols in place to ensure their concerns are properly addressed.
Police does be on the radio, on television and social media every day, encouraging the citizens, the persons who the commuters, if there is an infringement, report it to the police. If you're not feeling comfortable going to the out district police, come to the traffic department. I have said that on numerous occasions. My officers have said it on numerous occasions. We have done it before. We are in the process of doing it, and we will continue to do it. As long as you, the person who is being offended, is willing to give the police a statement.
The senior officer also highlighted that every citizen has rights, and in situations where those rights are threatened in the absence of law enforcement officers, individuals are permitted to use their mobile phones to record the incident. He noted that such recordings can be legally submitted as used evidence.
No. If you're in a van and your right is being infringed upon, the police is not there with you. And you come to the police station and say, "Officer, I was driving in this van, 2476. And when I got to Belmont, the man came out the vehicle, go by Mama Shop, and they buy 2 Guinness, and they came in back. The driver started to drink, and the conductor started to drink. So if you take out your, I don't want to say the word, phone, you're videoing them. You're videoing them. Boy, them people or something else. We make them send me package straight home to me. You hear me now? Technically, you are driving home the point in your mind, boy. You got this one, you're going home. And you, next morning, you come to the police. Now, we can lift that footage from your phone, from the IT department, we send you there, and we take a statement from you. He cook.
Brown further stressed that persons must be prepared to follow through with their cases to the very end, stating that this level of commitment is essential to reinforcing respect for law and protecting the rights of commuters.
It is not about driver and conductor alone. They play the music and they mash up your ear. When you go home and you get your grandchildren, and you can't even hear when they say, "Grandpa, where you want some water?" You can't even hear nothing. Because they don't mash up your eardrum. And here what happened now? They have this way of saying, "Man, you're old, this is a young people time." Watch. They would not, they probably might not live to see the age that you are.
Residents seeking free medical screening can visit the Flow Promenade on Halifax Street this Friday, that's tomorrow, November 21st, where Parix Therapy, in partnership with the Lions Club South and Flow, will host a comprehensive health and wellness fair under the Global Movember initiative. The event runs from 11 a.m. to 5 p.m., offering the public free consultations and medical checks conducted by qualified health professionals. Available services include blood sugar testing, blood pressure screening, general medical checkups, weight and body mass index (BMI) assessments, electrocardiograph (EKG) testing, mental health wellness screenings, ventral prostate specific antigen (PSA) testing. In a news release, Parix Therapy's Chief Executive Officer, Dr. Jeannie Williams, explained that Movember is an annual November campaign encouraging men to grow mustaches in support of fundraising and awareness surrounding prostate cancer, testicular cancer, mental health, and suicide prevention. While the mustache movement is the most recognizable aspect, Dr. Williams noted that many participants also engage through community events, education, and outreach. A forensic psychiatrist, Dr. Williams, currently leads a mental health rehabilitation program at His Majesty's prisons, facilitated through the Ministry of National Security under the Ministry of Legal Affairs. She said her decision to spearhead a Movember-themed health fair in St. Vincent and the Grenadines was influenced by national cancer statistics, particularly those relating to prostate cancer. Tomorrow's opening ceremony begins at 11:15 a.m. Throughout the day, attendees can participate in interactive trivia and raffle draws, a wellness talk by Kesley Cambridge on the men's mental and emotional health, and a men's mental health panel and a Q&A session starting at 3 p.m. Dr. Williams is encouraging the public to take advantage of the free services, emphasizing that early detection is vital. She said, knowing your health status ensures that you can access treatment in time, and in many cases, that can save your life. Beyond the Movember Fair, Dr. Williams is also working to establish a halfway house in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. The facility is expected to offer temporary housing, therapy, medication, management, and support for former inmates living with mental health challenges. The goal, she says, is to ensure that people leaving His Majesty's prison re-enter society safely, supported, and with dignity.